Cinematic photos. Everybody wants them. But how do you actually create them? Well, last night I had a photo shoot and I decided to film it so that I could break down what the process looks like for me and so that I could show you what I usually get up to on my photo shoots. Boy, look up. Yeah, good stuff. But let me give you a bit of context beforehand. So the inspiration for this shoot was this song right here. So I wanted to capture shots that felt dreamy, ethereal, and a little bit sad at the same time. Now the concept I came up with was called The Girl in Your Dreams. And the story is that our main character keeps seeing this girl that's glowing in his dreams. But because he's dreaming, he can never make out her features properly. And as the photo shoot goes on, her glow starts to spread to him until at the end they're both glowing together. So I knew that I'd want to edit these shots to look and feel cold so that it could really convey that nighttime dreamy feel. So with that in mind, I made a shot list and I called up my friends Ethan and Kristen because I knew that they'd be perfect for it. So how did we actually make this? Well, there's a few things that I like to keep in mind when I want to take cinematic photos. Story, lighting, location, and editing. We've just gone over the story, so let me quickly break down the lighting and the location. Now look, there's tons of ways that you can light a subject, but the way that you choose to light them should be determined by the final shots that you want to get. In this case, I wanted photos that were dreamy and glowy, so I had three main lighting setups in mind. Number one, a harsh backlight with a soft key light. I use this setup for my main hero shots as well as my glowing images. Number two, a hard front-on key light. Now I use these for my overexposed shots. And finally, a side light. And I use this when I wanted to create more shadows and depth in the shots. All this was done with just two lights, the Amaran 360C, which I use as my main backlight and side light, and then the Amaran Ace 25C, and that was the light that I used as the subject key light and to fill in the shadows. After having that all sorted, we needed a location. Luckily, there's a walking track that I know of that fit the vibe perfectly, so it was time to get shooting. That is perfect, good stuff. And then we'll get like Kristen look towards Ethan, and then Ethan keep looking away. Ethan, look at me. Ethan, drop your hands. Yeah. Ooh, bring that right hand up on her hand. Yeah. That's sick. Nice, money, got the shot. All right, now let me get...
I told Ethan, we know we have the shot when you say money. Money.
That's how you know I'm happy with it. All right, same thing, I'm gonna get a reaction shot of Ethan there.
Oh my God, we look like we're in a movie. They look nice.
If they weren't, I'd be a little concerned. If she's like, you know what? Yeah, you brought me out here for nothing, man. Like, it's just, I'm not feeling it. All right, cool, we got that. All right, so we'll do some frolicking. You said frolicking? I did indeed, yeah. So we'll start with some frolicking. We will also then move on to laying in the grass and then looking up at the stars at some point. Yep. Bring it over here, start from like down here. I'm gonna say, Ethan, you be like half a step in front. So that's, step forward. That's good pace. Good distance. Go for it, laughter and joy. Yeah, send it. All right, same thing. I'm gonna get you to come towards me this time. I'm gonna be up here. This time come up towards me, but just come over my left shoulder. Actually, that's great, yeah. Legit, that's great. Like, Kristen, are you running ahead of him and him trying to catch up to you? So switch sides. And then like you run towards me and he's trying to catch up to you pretty much. So literally like you just did then. When you're ready. Over my left shoulder. Nice. All right, send it one more time. That was good. Aim for like right here. So aim to run towards here. When you're ready. Nice, good stuff. All right, let's get some dancing in there. Yeah, break it down. Hell yeah, bro. Give it like a spin.
Again?
Yeah. In and out, yeah, cool. Go for that, wait, go for that. Step back.
Okay.
Cool. And then spin a little bit more that way. So Ethan, go that way, Kristen comes towards me. Yeah, perfect. So now when you do it, should be fun. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Do it again, Ethan. Cute. Boy, look up. Yeah, good stuff.
I've never heard of one.
Oh no.
I've never heard of one. Oh my god.
That was cool. What was that?
Oh my god.
Pop it in, pop it out.
Oh, this has been a great shoot. This has actually been a great shoot, man.
I just humiliate myself sometimes.
Sometimes, brother, every time we shoot, sometimes. Hold on, let me get like a cute moment for BTS.
Oh yeah.
Don't put your finger in your mouth this time, yeah. I love this setup. This setup is my favorite. Oh my god, I love it. Do you know how many moments I've missed because I didn't have a camera rolling at all times? Now I've got
you have
2.
And
Yeah.
1 360.
And then Chris, and I'll get you to like caress his face as well. Close up.
Yeah. I look like Slenderman.
Tell me you filmed that.
I did, yeah. Nah, it's too late. You don't save a face, brother. I've been rolling for way too long.
Do it again.
Yeah, man, great angle.
Got it, got it.
Bingo. Yeah, I know.
You're terrified.
Rightly so. I mean,
Green
that's
Goblin.
scary as hell.
I'm sat.
I'll get you pointing up into the sky as if there's
yeah.
like actual stars there. I'll just Photoshop them in later. Yeah, that is perfect. Alrighty, hold that for a second. Cute, cute, cute. Alright, we'll end off the shot like that, but both of you facing me, but like holding hands. Yep, good stuff. Tilt a little bit so you're both in the light. Yeah, perfect. Good stuff. And then just hold that. Good stuff, everybody.
Good shit.
Sorry. Thank you, bro. That's a wrap. Alright, so let's get into this edit. So I started off by applying my LA Evenings preset, and I raised the highlights and dropped the whites, and then I went down to the tone curve and I dropped the white point and raised the highlight point a little bit, just to add a little bit of fade into the highlights. Then I went down to the color grading and I made the shadows a bit more blue, and then in the midtones I dropped the luminance a little bit and I raised the teal saturation. Back up to the basics tab, I dropped the clarity and I dropped the dehaze, and then I raised the exposure a little bit more. After that, I made a radial mask. I removed the background so that it was only focused on Ethan, and then I intersected it with the luminance range so that I could just focus on the highlights. I then dropped the highlights a little bit. Next, I made a background mask and raised the exposure a little bit, and then I brought in the linear mask from the left to brighten up that side of the image as well. Now at this point, I wanted to make this image glow, but it didn't actually work out, so I went to edit this image in Photoshop. But before I show you what I did there, let me show you how I made some of the images glow. So it's a simple process really. Usually the way I do it is by getting a flat flash or shining the light directly on the subject to overexpose them. But in this case, I just made a subject mask and bumped up the exposure. Then I duplicated that mask again, feathered the edges and played with some clarity just to make it look a bit more glowy, and it looked good. But anyways, back to Photoshop. So I did a subject selection of Kristen and then made a duplicate copy. And then I went into path blur to create some directional blur. After that, I erased everything but Kristen's face so that would be the only part with the blur effect on it. I then duplicated that layer to double the effect. And that was the final shot. So let's quickly recap the process. Step 1, inspiration. Now let's be honest, you can find that anywhere. Books, movies, music, go outside. Inspiration is everywhere. Once you've got that inspiration, step 2, what is the story? Now it doesn't need to be this complex thing, but having some kind of story in mind really helps with figuring out what photos you want to take and how you want to go about taking them. And step 3, find a location that suits the story that you're trying to tell. And after that, you're all set to go take some photos. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.